And welcome back to another episode of Personal Beauty. I'm your host, Shannon, as always, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys all about how to stay cool in Korea, or just in the summer in general, but these are going to be some Korean products that can help you guys out. I wanted to bring my shades. I hope you guys like it. If you guys are curious about how hot it currently is in Korea, in Celsius, it's around 34, 35 degrees, which is crazy. And then I think in Fahrenheit, that translates to like 95, 96, something like that. But anyway, it's super, super humid and super, super hot. And I will never complain about summer back home ever again because summer in Korea is actually so ridiculous. But today we're going to be giving you guys some really cool tips about really unique products that are sold in Korea. And I'm sure you guys could probably find these online as well. But these are some unique things that'll help you to stay cool in Korea. Before we get started, thank you guys so much for joining the live today. Of course, I always appreciate you guys being here. If you guys have any questions or comments or just want to say hey, drop it in the comment section down below. Also, if you guys have ideas for future videos, we do pay attention, so make sure you put your ideas in the comment section. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I think I'm going to start on this side just because I absolutely love this packaging. This is Bubbles from Powerpuff Girls, who I have been compared to before. So this will be a really interesting product to try, but this is actually a powder sheet. So it's really interesting because I've never heard of these before. It's packaged kind of like a wet wipe or 물티슈 in Korean. So if you guys have never seen this before, we're on the same page. But basically what this is supposed to do is help to cool you down without making you wet. So let's just go ahead and open it up. Let's just give it a try. All right, hello everyone. Yeah, hi guys. Okay, so when we open it right away, it just looks like a typical wet wipe. Oh, it smells so good. Let's just give it a try. Okay, so this apparently has aloe and eucalyptus in it as well. This is going to help with cooling and soothing. So right away, it does kind of come off a little bit wet. I'm sure you guys can see that as well. But it's drying really, really fast. I can actually feel it. When I fan it like this, it's already gone. So there's no sort of like residue or wet stickiness, which I really, really like, but the cooling effect is really nice. It's actually basically a dry down sort of product that is supposed to help keep you guys cool. So this would be really effective if you guys have like you sweat a lot, or if you guys are outside quite a bit, if you're doing sports, or if you're at an event. This would be a really good way to help your body cool off without removing anything or without making yourself look like a wet tissue. So I really like this one right off the bat. I think I'll probably ask if I can take these home just because the packaging is so cute. But a powder sheet is one way that you guys can try to stay cool, remove any sort of sweat, stains, or any sort of buildup on the skin. So definitely give this one a try. This is really cool. I've never seen this before. Oh, nice. So next we're going to move right on along. This is the Cool and Clear Ice Boosting Shampoo. So this one I don't think needs much of an introduction. Obviously it's super big and super heavy. But with this one, this is going to have sort of that minty kind of after effect. So even when you're using it in the shower, of course it's going to help to break down residue that builds up in the scalp or on the hair, but it's going to have an after cooling effect. It's going to be similar to things like peppermint, spearmint, green tea, or tea tree oil, for example. These are all things that help to keep you cool, or at least feeling cool. It's not going to actually change the temperature of your skin, but it is going to help you feel a little bit lighter. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm just now realizing there's a little bit of an after effect. It took some time. So with the powdered wipes, it's actually leaving sort of a light powdered film on my skin, which is to absorb sweat. So I think with this one, this is actually something that you'd have to like try it and use it a couple times, but this would be really helpful. I don't typically sweat on my hands, but at least now I am protected. Let's read the comment sections. OMG, I need those cooling sheets. Hi Shannon, hi Mark, hi Nathan. Do you use body sheets in the summer and where do you carry them? I like this one because it's actually super small. This is probably smaller than a lot of the wet wipe tissues that you'll see. So this is something that you could easily pack in your bag. Let's see, we got hello, good day mate, Nathan down under, good day mate. No greasy sunscreen, ice cleanser looks so refreshing. So yes, jumping right back in, we're gonna keep talking about the ice cleanser here. So this one's actually called Aqua Mint. This particular one I believe you can get on Coupang, Olive Young, or possibly Amazon. You might have to double check. But like I said, this is supposed to be a long-lasting kind of refreshing wash for your scalp. So this is definitely something that I would like to try, especially if you're going to be out in the sun. If you guys are out in the sun quite a lot, it's going to make your skin a little bit more sensitive and more red. So definitely give something cooling a try. I can already feel the cool breeze. Count me in. I would put wet wipes in the freezer before I did my lawn care. That's brilliant. Great, Dad. So for those of you guys that don't know, Mark is in the chat. That's my dad. But that's actually a really great idea, putting wet wipes in the refrigerator so even as they cool, they keep you cool, which is really nice. All right, let's just keep on going. So right here we have the Dr. Ato or Ato. This is a product that I was really excited to show you guys. This is actually a cooling sun spray. So I am absolutely sure that you guys are no stranger to Korean sunscreens. Obviously, when you're exposed to the sun, it opens you up to getting things like pigmentation, aging more quickly, getting redness and freckles and things like that. While I agree that being tan is a really nice vibe, it makes you look super healthy and glowy, there are ways to do that where you can protect yourself from the potential dangers of UV exposure. And one of those would be spray sunscreen. So I'm actually really excited to try this. This is a PA+3 SPF 50. So one thing I actually wanted to bring up on the show here is there's a lot of people that understand the power of SPF, whether that's 50 or 30 or 100 or whatever it might claim. One thing I want you guys to pay attention to, and I don't know if you can see it, it's written right there. This is the PA+ rating. So the PA+ rating is directly related to how long the sunscreen will last on your skin. This is super important, you guys, because even if you apply your sunscreen in the morning, if your PA+ rating is low, it might only be like 2 hours of solid coverage. And then after that, your sunscreen is going to wear off, and then you're going to have to completely start over and reapply. So the longer that you have with the PA+, the better you'll have of an experience throughout the day, and the less you'll have to reapply as well. So sprays like this are great. They're light, they're easy to use, and this one actually protects from UVA and UVB, and it's a PA+ rating of 3, which means it's going to last around 2.5 hours, give or take. You can kind of equivocate each plus with around 45 minutes of time. So use that information as you will. I can see the chat going off, so let's just see. Minimal steps, maximum glow, yes. From Warm MC, I'm sure it's cool down under. Oh, great. So in Australia or on the other side of the equator, it is a little bit cooler right now. But where my dad is from and where I'm from in North Carolina, it is actually super hot as well. I heard that the East Coast has been going through a heat wave, so maybe you guys can elaborate on that in the comment section. My summer skincare is upgraded. Perfect. That is the goal of this whole show. So let's just go ahead and give this a try. I'm just going to spray this on, but I want to show you guys. Can I do this? Can you see this? I don't know if that picks up on camera, but that is a solid mist. Oh my God, that smells amazing. I love the smell of sunscreen, but this one actually kind of smells like coconut almost. So it's actually really nice. So let's just see how it feels. Okay. So right away, you can see that there's no sort of like white cast or anything. There's no greasy sheen. It absorbed almost instantly, which I really, really like. It feels very cool on the skin, nice and cold. I don't see any sort of like oiliness at all, which is really, really nice. So this would definitely be something that I would carry around with me, especially in like a beach bag or a golf bag, or if I'm going to an event where I know I'm going to be outside all day. This is a really good option for you guys to stay cool, but also stay protected from the sun. Super, super important, great product. I'll definitely be asking to keep this one as well. All right, icy shower, anyone? Would you use a cooling body wash? I definitely would consider it. I don't use a cooling body wash, but I do use these little bath shower bombs, essentially. So I think it's called a shower steamer actually, but when you put it in the shower, it kind of gives off a fragrance. And when I use my peppermint one, because it's all different flavors or, scents, the peppermint one gives kind of this cooling feeling, especially as you breathe it in. It feels so, so nice. So maybe I'll just do a whole peppermint themed shower one day, and I'll include something like this, a peppermint hair wash, body wash, and I'll kind of go from there. These tips are gold. Thank you, fellow Shannon. I very rarely meet other Shannons, so it's nice to see you in the chat. Welcome. Humidity is my worst enemy. I could not agree more. So for you guys, I don't know if you guys have picked up on it at all, but my natural hair is actually quite curly or quite wavy. And I try my best to straighten it. Like today I tried to straighten it. I walked outside for about 10 minutes and the humidity did me so dirty, you guys. I ended up with kind of this puffy situation. So sorry if it's not looking great today. This is as good as it's gonna get. But the humidity in Korea is like nothing else I've ever seen before. It feels like heavy when you walk outside. It feels like soup. It is super heavy and hot and wet. So if you guys are coming to Korea during the summer, make sure that you are fully prepared and you're wearing something breathable and light like I am today, a super, super thin cotton shirt, something that you don't mind sweating in for sure. Let's see, Korean summers are no joke. Yes, I'm melting just watching this. I want to jump into an icy cleanser. That's actually a good idea. That sounds awesome. Simple and fresh equals a perfect combo. Time to toss my heavy creams. Yeah, definitely. I know I talk about skincare a lot with you guys, but some things that I would definitely advise doing for summer, especially if you're in a humid place like Korea versus wintertime, would be to double up on toner and finish with a serum rather than using a heavy cream. Because if you sweat easily and you go outside and you just put a heavy cream on, it's likely that it's going to lift from the skin and possibly even streak or run or feel really uncomfortable. Toners are kind of the lightest way to hydrate the skin. You want to use something that's low viscosity, really, really thin, really lightweight, absorbs easily, but you still want to get that good moisture. So if you have a drier skin type, make sure that you're doubling up on toners and then using a serum. For me, I am a dry, kind of sensitive skin type, so that's actually what I've been doing in the summertime versus using my winter care routine, which is a lot more like thick and heavy duty. So let's see, texture is so light. I don't think I've seen your curls. I try my best to keep my curls under control. In the summertime, they're pretty crazy. It gets like like no joke, it gets really big. But for the most part, I try to keep my hair tame at least. So I'll use like an oil or something like that. This is the glow that I've been looking for. Happy to oblige. Make sure you guys keep glowing. That is my only goal. Let's just keep moving. We've got two wonderful products left to talk about. So let's go ahead and start with this one. I am super excited about this one right here, but we're going to go ahead and talk about this first. So this one says, joy of shampooing. Enjoy the pleasant day-to-day journey of change with us. This is a cooling spray, scalp-friendly formula for all scalp types. It's a functional hair care brand, and it actually helps with cooling and soothing the scalp. This, I think, would be multi-purpose, actually. So not only for cooling and soothing you during the summer, but also if you guys do have a sort of sensitive scalp, dandruff, that sort of thing, this one claims to help be able to rehydrate as well as soothe and cool. So let's check it out. Ooh. There I go, always making a mess with the packaging. Yes, so it says eucalyptus. It addresses scalp heat, irritation, and odor. Okay, so you can use this one for a variety of different things. Shake 5 times before use and spray evenly onto the scalp. I have never used a scalp spray before. I've used like, what is it called? Like the dry shampoos. I've used those before, but I've never tried this. I'm super excited. Let's do this. All right, so 5 times. I think that's 5 times. That's probably more than 5, but get a good shake going. Oh, I kind of like that. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a little metal bit on the end. That's kind of nice. Oh, wow. Even as I shook it, the bottle is actually getting quite cold. So there must be something cooling in here. Like I said, the typical agents like eucalyptus, peppermint would be a good one. Aloe would be a good one, especially because this is really soothing. I'll give you guys a little bit more detail about that, but let's just go ahead and give it a try. Oh, it's so cold. Oh my gosh. That is lovely. Oh, wow. That is fantastic. Oh. That feels great and it smells so good. I'm trying to figure out what that smell is. It's like tingling. I wish that you guys could feel what I'm feeling right now. It feels very tingly where I've sprayed it. I'm definitely going to keep this one. I think so far this is one is my favorite, even over the Bubbles powder packaging. This is great. I like this. For all scalp types, yeah. No, as long as there's no residue. I think I can't see this one right now because I don't have a mirror. I don't think there's a residue with this one. It doesn't feel heavy or oily, but there's definitely kind of this elongated, cooling, soothing effect. That was so nice. Definitely get one of these. If you guys are outside sweating a lot, if you guys get really hot, even if you get like a scalp sunburn, which I've gotten those before, definitely grab one of these. I know I will. This is great. I like that a lot. Okay, last one. I was really excited about this one when I saw them put the product on the table. This is something that I actually have. So not this particular brand, but I do have something really, really similar. So I'm just going to open this up. This is a sun stick with a cooling effect. If you guys know anything about Korean beauty, I'm sure that you guys know that sun care is super important here, but also sun sticks. I love these because these can actually be applied throughout the day. They're super lightweight. There's no greasy, oily residue. It doesn't feel heavy. And you can often put these over makeup as long as it's not oil-based, which is really awesome as well. I can already feel the refreshment. This episode is saving my skin. Lightweight and effective, yes. SPF that doesn't clog my pores, yes. So it does kind of depend on the formula. If you are a really sensitive skin type, you might want to go with a mineral type sunscreen. Mineral sunscreens tend to be a little bit heavier. They kind of have that thicker white cast, a little bit more of an oil base. But it's not necessarily a bad thing. Those are more appropriate for sensitive skin types. If you're not sensitive, so if you can comfortably use things like vitamin C, retinol, you're not sensitive most likely, then you can go for a chemical sunscreen, which these are the ones that are going to absorb without clogging the pores. There's no white cast and there's no greasy, oily sheen after. So definitely check those out. Those are obviously the ones that are really, really popular, but make sure that your skin's not sensitive first, or try to find a sensitivity-friendly version. Some options that you can look at would be Biore, the Japanese one, and then as well like the Beauty of Joseon, which is Korean, Brown Labs, which is great. All different options. Make sure you check it out in the description. Can we get a full routine list? I'm more than happy to give you guys a routine, but let's take a look. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I'm proper rubbing this on, and there's actually no white cast at all. Look at that. That's awesome. So usually sunscreens kind of have this, of course, really heavy white, film over it when you put it on your skin, but this one is really, really lightweight. It's nice and cooling. There's definitely an aloe component in this because I can smell it. I can't see it. Maybe it's on the box here. Let's take a look. SPF 50, PA+4, so this one's going to last a long time. I can't see the ingredients. Oh, there we go. Aloe, eucalyptus. Yeah, super cooling and soothing. All right, so let's just go ahead and put this on. I want to put this to the makeup test, and I am wearing makeup right now, so I want to go ahead and see if this has any sort of, what is it called? Transfer? Okay, so there is a little bit of transfer with this one. So let's try dabbing it instead. Not much. So you can see right there, there's not a whole lot of transfer on this one, but there is a little bit. So just keep that in mind if you guys are putting this over top of makeup. I wouldn't use it on a makeup that would split easily, but I would definitely love this. It's super cute. Look how tiny it is. It's so tiny. So you guys can easily throw this in your bag, especially for people like my dad that are working outside quite a lot. Something like this would definitely come in handy because then it's all the benefits of sunscreen without the hassle. Definitely check out sun sticks, especially with Korean skincare. They tend to be amazing. So yeah, give it a try. I love this. If I had to do like a tier ranking as far as like my favorite products, this is number 1. This is number 2. I haven't tried this, so we'll give it a nice down the middle number 3. And then I'll say both of these are 4. I don't think any of these deserve the position of 5, but I do like all the products. I would say this is probably the most unique one that I've tried because I'd never tried it before this episode, but it was super fun. I really enjoy getting to try these products out in front of you guys. If you guys have any questions or anything in the chat, just go ahead and drop those now. We'll do a quick Q&A and then we'll wrap things up. I hope you're not close to the floods. I think it was in Texas. Luckily, my dad is okay from the floods, you guys. Thank you guys so much for worrying about it. Anyone else taking notes like crazy? I hope you guys are taking notes. If you come to Korea, there's a couple other things that we didn't talk about today that can help you stay cool. Some things that I would love to recommend, getting one of those around the neck or just handheld fans. You'll see these everywhere in Korea. People just walk around with them. They're always on the train. But it helps to keep a nice breeze on you, so it helps to keep you cool as well. Some other things I would say is stay hydrated for sure. There's a lot of heat-related illnesses that can happen if you guys aren't properly hydrated. So make sure you're drinking a lot of water. Make sure you're applying sunscreen. Grab some of these other cool things, especially this guy. This was definitely my favorite. For staying cool and kind of keeping your body temperature at a nice happy medium. And then other than that, I would say try to eat a little bit lighter as well. If you eat really heavy, it'll tend to make you feel sluggish, and the heat here will already do that. So Dad, if you're coming to Korea anytime soon, make sure that you are taking some of these tips into consideration. You definitely want the spray. I definitely do. Stick sunscreens, that's so cool. Love it or skip it. No, love it. Get like 5 of them. They're fantastic. K-Beauty just gets it. Now that I know to be true. I think that is all that we have for you guys today. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much as always for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and call it quits. I hope you liked today's super hot episode, and I will see you guys next time, 6 p.m. KST. Mwah. Love you. And love you too, Koreanet.